Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here out at the Wolf Sanctuary, hanging out with wealthy wolves. And that being said, today we're going to be talking about buffs and nerfs and Apex Legends and everything you guys need to know. We're also going to go ahead and give out a universal heirloom. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. But without further ado, let's jump into today's topic.
If you've played Apex Legends for more than 5 seconds this season, your ears have probably been assaulted by the sound of energy burst spam. That's, the RE45, a weapon that used to be nothing more than a paperweight unless it had certain hop-ups with the trigger, that has been dominating lobbies like it's auditioning for the next mythic skin. I guarantee you that was something that Respawn probably played around with. But Respawn finally swung the nerf bat, and today we've got a ton of stuff to break down, like the fall of that RE45 burst meta, where Respawn wants to go for the long term, and also some leaked Octane buffs that might turn him into a solo queue meme into an actual meta pick. So first, let's pour one out for the old RE45. In Season 26, Respawn flipped the script. They turned it into an energy burst weapon with spin mechanics like the Nemesis. Suddenly, what was once Apex's, we found it in the early game, don't have any hop-ups, it's better than a P2020 until I got the Mozambique hammer points. Well, now it became the main prize. It basically hit like a truck, and it deleted people faster than my willpower in a ranks queue, and for about 3 weeks, it was literally the most overpowered gun in the game. And players were dual wielding them like we'd accidentally booted into Call of Duty akimbo mode. It got so bad that you drop into rank and immediately hear 3 squads chain bursting in unison. And of course, the devs decided to act on it. They reduced the mag size by 3 across all levels, vertical and horizontal recoil increased, and projectile size shrunk. You actually now need to aim, unless you're on controller, in which case you're still good. Yay, I'm also on controller, so yeah, don't take that personally. Translation though, it's still decent, but it's no longer the Thanos pistol of Apex. So what happens when the broken gun gets fixed? The meta immediately started redistributing power back into the usual suspects. Flatline and the Volta are basically the peanut butter and jelly of Apex weapon combos, reliable, consistent, never truly out of style. And in terms of Legends, we've got a fascinating situation. Respawn clearly wants to shake things up. Caustic is now an actual area denial powerhouse this season, not just a hope they run into my fart trap pick. Bangalore smokes now break doors and disrupt enemy setups. She's less cover spammer and more EMP support. And Rampart repairing walls and Maggie's buff ball both push the pace of fight. Despite those buffs though, Ashe is still sitting at the top of the pick list at almost 20%, which is insane. She, even though she got some nerfs, cannot be dethroned. Second up is actually Sparrow, last season's new legend. Caustic, with those buffs in Bangalore, actually got moved into the top spot. Sadly, Seer, Catalyst, and Crypto are at the bottom 3. Devs have said they are going to actually rework Seer in the near future, so I am looking forward to seeing his buffs. But this is where it gets interesting, because Season 26 wasn't just a patch, it's basically been a design experiment. Respawn introduced a bunch of new systems. You got the wildcard mode where you have legend stacking, self-revive, simplified inventory, Evo orbs. Basically, Respawn asked, what if Apex was less sweaty BR and more chaotic arcade shooter? They added amps, which are mid-match perks like infinite ammo, reduced cooldowns, and auto-reloading shields, which sounds fun, but it's actually Respawn dipping their toes into light RPG progression, which is interesting for a battle royale. And you had locked hop-ups. No more RNG, did I find a skull piercer or not? Instead, hop-ups are tied to weapons and unlocked by damage dealt or boosters. If you put all of it together, Respawn's direction for the meta is pretty clear. They want less randomness and way more agency. They want players to feel like they're progressing and making actual choices during a match, not just praying for the right loot drop. And this actually might be a shift that could reshape Apex into a hybrid between Battle Royale and something closer to Valorant or Overwatch. Tactical planned, but still chaotic enough to stay Apex. Now, let's talk about Octane, the legend equivalent of chugging 3 Red Bulls before class, if you like Red Bulls. I'm more of a Ghost guy, but I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Anyways, leaked buff suggests he's about to go from fun solo queue pick to an actual team asset. Their rumors are he gets a double jump pad into his base kit, no longer a perk choice, it's just Octane's abilities, and new perk assault bin access plus speed boost plus fast reload whenever he cracks shields. So not only is he keeping his insane mobility, but now he gets momentum snowball potential. If you crack shields, speed up, reload faster, you can keep pushing. This is pretty huge, and you might be wondering why, because Octane has always been strong individually, but weaker in team utility. His jump pad is great for movement, but compared to Valk redeploys or Maggie speedballs, he really doesn't bring much to a team. And at least ranked through ALGS. These buffs push him into a role where he can keep up with aggressive metas, but also give teams an actual reason to bring him over another mobility legend. And let's be real, Octane mains, if this happens, are about to go feral. They already stim into fights 1v3 without backup. Now they'll be stim sliding in with faster reloads and more utility. And ranked lobbies are going to sound like a herd of caffeinated gazelles. So what's the bigger picture? Respawn seems to be aiming for 3 goals right now. Weapon balance that avoids one gun to rule them all. The RE45 was a test case, let it dominate for a few weeks, then bring it back in line. Or it could be what they do every season, as they have stated multiple times. We want to release something powerful so people come in and try it out. It just probably didn't work out the way this season they wanted it to. They also want meta depth that comes from player choice, not loot RNG. The amps, locked hop-ups, and wildcard mechanics are all about giving players that agency we talked about. Apex is slowly becoming less about luck and RNG and more about how you as a player adapt mid-match. And the Legend reworks to fit team playstyles are a little bit interesting. Bangalore and Caustic reworks push utility, Rampart and Maggie buffs accelerate tempo, and Octane's leak changes might finally give them the balance between fun solo plays and legitimate squad utility. All that being said, that's what's going on with the current state of the meta and some future stuff we might be seeing with Seer and Octane. Let me know your thoughts down below, but we're going to go ahead and jump into some community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thordan Smash on Twitter, but without further ado, let's roll it.
Monster right here, right in front of me.
Let's go to the next area.
Just watching. Fire, and they're hitting me. Using the decoy escape.
Independent.
God, man.
I'm down. Target right in front of me. Firing at us.
Bogey spotted. Tossing frag. Throwing third.
Back it out.
Bandit down. Jumped up a level. Better take an upgrade, huh?
One shot barrage. He's one.
I don't have ammo. Oh, thank God.
Let me know down below, guys, what are your thoughts on the well buffs and nerfs in the future of the game? And also don't forget to check out my outdoor channel where we do hikes like the Capitol Peak just the other week. And until next time, everyone, keep slaying the Outlands. I'll see you out there.